Hi, my name's Ian Murray-Jones. I'm a writer at Thomson Reuters. I'm here today to discuss discretionary trusts. But first I'd like to thank Julian Smith from Maddox, our key ClearDocs partner, for preparing the content for Thomson Reuters. Discretionary trust structures are widely used, particularly in family structures, for their tax-saving benefits in succession estate planning, asset protection, access to CGT discounts, and flexibility as to distribution of income and assets. In particular, they can be used to hold and acquire land used for residential purposes. You may already be familiar with the duty and land tax surcharges introduced in 2016 in different Australian jurisdictions for purchasers of residential land who are foreign persons. Discretionary trusts are not exempt from these surcharges and additional taxes. If a discretionary trust is regarded as a foreign person, it will be subject to the additional land tax and duty surcharges. Foreign purchaser duty surcharge is the additional rate of land transfer duty which must be paid by a person who is a foreign person when they enter into a transaction to acquire or concerning land. The percentage of surcharge land transfer duty is calculated on the dutiable value of the land and will vary between states and territories. Land tax surcharge is paid by foreign persons who own residential land in a state or territory of Australia and is calculated on the taxable value of all residential land owned at the end of each year. The land tax surcharge is added to the usual land tax rates ordinarily paid by landowners. Depending on the law in your state or territory, if your trust is regarded as a foreign person, it will be subject to the additional duty surcharge and land tax surcharge. Now, you might think that if you are a sole trustee or the sole director of the corporate trustee and you're an Australian citizen, then why would the trust be regarded as a foreign trust? It's a fair question. Similarly, you might think, why is this relevant if all the people named in the trust deed are Australian citizens? Again, fair question. The answer is that the law in New South Wales and Victoria looks into all the possible participants in and beneficiaries of the trust, and issues arise if any of these are a foreign person. Your trust can be a foreign person in two situations. First, where a foreign person is named as a beneficiary in your trust deed, or second, where a foreign person falls into one or more classes of eligible beneficiaries. You might think that surely this is only an issue if I actually make distributions to those foreign persons. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. In Victoria and New South Wales, it does not matter whether the trust has made a distribution to this foreign person. It is simply a matter of whether the trust deed allows a distribution to be made to this person. For example, trust deeds can often have classes of beneficiaries which include the spouses of any children of named beneficiaries, or the spouses of any nieces and nephews of named beneficiaries. This allows a trustee to make a distribution to a wide class of possible beneficiaries, and often, inevitably in the case of many Australian families, allows a distribution to be made to a foreign person. One such example would be where, say, John and Mary are named as the beneficiaries of a trust. John's sister, Tamara, has two children, Sam and Peter. One of the children, Sam, marries Joanne, who is a resident of China for tax purposes. Joanne is a foreign person and therefore makes the trust a foreign person too, regardless of whether or not a distribution is made to Joanne. This scenario does not become a problem until the trust intends to purchase land. When the trust intends to purchase land, it would be required to pay the additional duty and surcharge tax. Now, there are ways to avoid this kind of result. One way is to vary your existing trust deed to ensure that it prevents the trustee from making distributions to any person or entity that is a foreign person. The ClearDocs discretionary trust deed of variation excluding foreign persons product allows you to do this. A common misconception is that the trustee can simply elect not to make any distributions to a named foreign person. The relevant law assesses a trust based on whether a foreign person is simply named in the deed. So if your deed names a foreign person as a beneficiary, you will need to get your own legal advice. That concludes today's session. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you have found the information useful. If you have any questions, then please contact us.